Hi, my name is Rodrigo. This is Ether, where we make content to help you live and grow as a Christian, and we have been doing a series on the book of Revelation. So far, we have covered key concepts to help you really understand the book as a whole, but now we are doing some videos to actually draw some important lessons from this amazing book. And I have to say, this is video 5 in the series, and I think it is the one that is going to relate the most to what is happening around us right now. Not that the other videos are not important, but this one is just going to hit home in a different way. Because church, there's a lot of fear in the air, and many of us are really breathing it in. We are living through really uncertain times, and everybody from your neighbor to that cousin that you don't like to the news are telling you about it. This, of course, will produce fear in us, but the problem is that many of us have bought into a siege mentality in which Christianity is this castle that is under attack from all these different forces, and the slightest thing can make it all fall apart. Some even use the book of Revelation as fuel for this siege mentality, thinking of the end and the beast. The problem is that the book of Revelation does not present a Christianity that is defeated, nor a Christ that is defeated. On the contrary, the book of Revelation presents the Christ, Christians, and Christianity as a whole as the ultimate victors, and anyone who opposes it as a defeated. Just listen to these scriptures. And war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon and his angels fought back. But they were defeated, and there was no longer any place for them in heaven. The great dragon was thrown down, the ancient serpent, who is called the devil and Satan, the deceiver of the whole world. He was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. Then I heard a loud voice in heaven proclaiming, "Now has come the salvation and the power and the kingdom of our God and the authority of his Messiah. For the accuser of our comrades has been thrown down, who accuses them day and night before our God. But they have conquered him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, for they did not cling to life, even in the face of death. Rejoice then, you heavens, and those who dwell in them, but woe to the earth and to the sea, for the devil has come down to you with great wrath, because he knows that his time is short." Then I saw an angel standing in the sun, and with a loud voice he called to all the birds that fly in mid-heaven, "Come, gather for the great supper of God, to eat the flesh of kings, the flesh of captains, the flesh of the mighty, the flesh of horses and their riders, flesh of all, both free and slave, both small and great." Then I saw the beast and the kings of the earth with their armies gathered to make war against the rider on the horse and against his army. And the beast was captured, and with it the false prophet who had performed in its presence the signs by which he deceived those who had received the mark of the beast and those who worshipped its image. These two were thrown alive into the lake of fire that burns with sulfur, and the rest were killed by the sword of the rider on the horse, the sword that came from his mouth, and all the birds were gorged with their flesh. When the 1,000 years are ended, Satan will be released from his prison and will come out to deceive the nations at the four corners of the earth, Gog and Magog, in order to gather them for battle. They are as numerous as the sands of the sea. They marched up over the breadth of the earth and surrounded the camp of the saints and the beloved city. And fire came down from heaven and consumed them. And the devil who had deceived them was thrown into the lake of fire and sulfur, where the beast and the false prophet were, and they will be tormented day and night forever and ever. These scriptures do present us with an attacking enemy, but it's a defeated enemy. The clock is ticking, and what's at the end of it is the demise of the attacker and not the churches. I fear that many Christians have really lost sight of this, and what they've done is that they've built really elaborate defenses around their Christianity, seeing many around them as enemies. This is a big problem because what we're supposed to do as we await the return of Christ is bring the kingdom to others, and it's really hard to share that with which is behind really thick defensive walls. I think it's really time for us to bring our guard down and believe in the future that the book of Revelation is presenting us and not in the future that the world wants us to believe in. Now, don't get me wrong. I am not saying that there aren't ideologies and forces out there that oppose what we believe, but it's that we have to believe that we're ultimately going to prevail because God is ultimately going to prevail. The victory is already assured. And that's what the book of Revelation is teaching us with these scriptures. And as I said at the beginning of this video, I really hope that this video hits close to home and gives you plenty to think about. If you do have some thoughts or even some disagreements with what I'm saying, please put them in the comments. If you also agree, I would love to hear it. Your feedback is super important to us. And hopefully you've enjoyed this series and you've enjoyed this video. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.